Good morning. Today is a new vlog. It is Monday, February the 21st, 2022, and I am having a tired teacher day today. I am going to be the first to admit that it is entirely my fault that I'm tired. There was nothing that was out of my control that got me in this situation. I just stayed up too late. On Saturday, I was so mentally drained from all of the crazy activity of the week before that I just laid around. I watched YouTube videos. I did not much of anything on Saturday. I did cook a little bit, ate some healthy food, watched TV with Joe, spent a lot of time in my room. I didn't do much of anything. I probably, in hindsight, should have worked on my video on Saturday some because that's something that I enjoy doing, but I literally had zero motivation to do anything. I did one load of laundry this weekend. We did clean up some things in the bedroom a little bit. I need to sweep in there. It's probably not going to happen tonight. Probably, I think I'll be able to do it tomorrow. But this weekend was pretty good though. Sunday we checked out a new church. A friend of ours invited us to go, and we really liked it. And where we live, it's there's not a lot of choices about styles. There's plenty of choices of churches. There are a lot of little tiny churches, but we come from a suburban area, and we're used to a much different style of worship than what is normal out here. And, I relate to more traditional services because those are the types of services that I went to with my grandparents when I was growing up. But then about in elementary school, I would say it's around 2nd or 3rd grade, my parents moved us to a non-denominational style of church. And if you are familiar with the differences, you know how different the worship services are. One of the biggest things that I like about the non-denominational style of church is that there is more of a flow, a natural flow of things instead of a restricted, how should I say it, a agenda of the order. And I personally feel that allows more opportunity for God to do unexpected things in services that can minister to people and touch their lives. And yeah, I really felt that the Holy Spirit was moving and flowing in that service, and I enjoyed the service much. So we will probably be going back to that church. It's hard because I haven't wanted to attend very much any of the local churches because I knew that we were going to potentially have to drive to get the type of service that we're used to or that we prefer. And I didn't want to get anyone's hopes up by coming to services too often in a church that we weren't going to commit to. I know personally how excited you get when you have a little tiny church and then a new family comes and you're hoping they join. And, these are people that I work with their children, and, living in the community, you have to be really careful that, you don't hurt anyone or get anyone's hopes up for something that you can't do. And so we've kind of been doing a lot of either driving to the beach to have church with our girls in our old church, or just staying at home and worshiping online. There is a church that we really like that's about 50 minutes away from here. That's close to where we are wanting to build. But, we were really hoping to find something close to home. So I'm happy about this because this church is 15 minutes away or so. And it's just nice because we were able to get home. I could get lunch on the table by 2 o'clock, and it was just, a restful Sunday. On Sundays, you don't want to rush around when you're teaching on Monday and having to drive and then drive all the way back. It's worth it to see our kids, but at the same time, that's a lot of gas. That's a lot of time out of your Sunday. That's supposed to be a recharge day. So I'm happy. I feel we have found our place, but, we'll see as time goes on. You want to attend more than just one Sunday before you make a decision. So I hope that if you haven't already seen my 10 tips for staying sane and helping your classroom discipline along. I hope that you will check it out. I will put it up here in the cards. I really think that classroom discipline is one of the things that can make your job feel like so much more peaceful if you maintain it. And it's going to be an ebb and a flow, so some days will be better than others, but hopefully those strategies will help someone with some ideas and help make their lives easier. So this is just going to be a normal, like, day in the life, week in the life teacher vlog. So I'm going to take you along with me today. Because I'm so tired, I'm not doing the plan that I had for my class, for my first class, I shouldn't say. My 7th and 8th graders are going to get the plan that I had written out, but I'm going to take my plans from today for the 6th grade class, which is my first bunch, move them to Wednesday because we have special activities going on tomorrow for 2/22/22. But I'm going to have my students do an online digital lesson, which is basically reading a section of the textbook, taking notes, and that's just something that we fall back on, especially at the beginning of a unit, which that's the point that we're at. It's a good backbone for the curriculum, and then I can weave in a lot of other activities. So the stations, they're good that I set up, but I have to pull some things out of the closet, and I haven't had time to do that yet. So during planning today, that's my goal, is to get things out of the closet that I need for my 6th grade stations. And I already made a list of things that I need to do for the rest of the week. So once I get that done, it should be smooth sailing. I have a couple of things to do because we are actually under contract for a piece of land now. And I'm not going to tell you too much, but just that I'm in the stages where we are gathering our documentation for loan and all of that. So we haven't gotten approved for anything yet. We're trying to get all of our stuff together, and we have to get some tests done on the land and all of that. So that's what I'm working on. When I have free time, Joe has baseball practice tonight, so I have a school improvement team meeting that I have to run. So later on today, I have to go sit with my principal and talk to her about what she wants to do at that meeting and get the agenda typed. So quite a few little odds and ends to work on today, but should be a pretty good day. I'm going to employ my tired teacher strategies, and hopefully that will help me get through, and then I'm going to rest tonight, go to bed early, and I'm not going to watch The Bachelor at the regular time. So that's what's on the agenda for today. I got to go get my kids in just a couple minutes, so I'm going to let you go, and I'll check back in with you at planning today. So it is almost time for me to get kids for remediation. Lunch is almost over. My plan time just went zip, zip, zip because I was working on so many different things today. I had to do a checklist for one of our students who's on a behavior tracking system. I had to do the school improvement team agenda. I had to print things for remediation. It was like so much. That's not even all of it. So my kids are about to start banging on the door in a couple minutes, but it's been a pretty good morning. Mixing the seats up worked well, and I think I have good groupings for the 6th and 7th graders. Now this afternoon I have to fix my 8th grade situation, and then I'll have the other class on Wednesday, so I will come up with a seating chart for them at that time. So today's pretty good so far, just very, very busy, one thing right after the other, but I think I'm ready for the afternoon. Super tired, and I am so hot. It's so unbearably hot in my room today. Like, I wish that they would turn off the heat and turn on the air conditioning. I have my windows open. I'm still hot. I guess I could take off my sweater because I do have a t-shirt on, but it's not as professional, so I've tried not to do that. All right, I'm gonna go get my kids, and I will talk to you after school. So obviously it is after school. I am on my way to the grocery because tomorrow we have 2/22/22 Tuesday, and I am doing some special activities in my classes to celebrate, and so I need to get a few things from the grocery, but also we're like out of some little things like coffee and my fruit that I eat every day and things like that. So I have a 30-minute drive, so I need to get on the road and get this done before the stores close tonight. So I am on my way, and I will see you there. So groceries are finished. That was a really quick shopping trip, like the quickest one I have ever done. Tend to shop right before they close anyway because of how far away we live from the grocery. Anyway, and because of all the things that were involved in at school. And I had meetings tonight and Joe had softball practice. So, have you ever done something and then it's sort of like after that it becomes a habit? Like here I am at the rest stop close to the grocery because I have to go to the bathroom. Every time I come here, every time that I come to the grocery store, this happens to me. On the road. And cutting some strawberries for individual servings to put in my baggies. So I have some snacks ready. I already separated my nuts, like my trail mix, so that I have like decent amounts. One of the things I've noticed is that if I wait till I'm hungry to portion out some of my snacks, I'm eating a little bit more than I should. So this is one way that I can make sure that I keep my calories down. Obviously with berries, I mean, I don't really have to worry too much, but it does seem like it's nice to have them all ready to go and in baggies so that I don't have to worry about cleaning them or anything like that, cutting them, getting rid of the stems, that kind of thing. So morning, today is 2/22/22 and we are celebrating. I don't really wear tutus very often, but you know, it's a good cause. Usually I try to add volume up here, not down here. So we'll see how long I make it through this day, but at least I'm gonna pick my kids up this way, and yeah, we have some fun activities planned, so I'll fill you in on those, but right now I gotta go get ready, so I'll talk to you later.
All right, so the first type of wave that we're gonna try to make is a longitudinal wave. Right through, like this, then it bounces back. But the lighter it is, the faster that happens. I try to get a wave that looks like this. You're probably just gonna get one. Nope, nope. One hump and then it goes back the other way. Up, down, like this, right? So it's going up, down really fast because it's light. The heavier it is, the more of these things you're gonna see. Okay? Play around with it for a minute. Everybody show me a longitudinal wave.
So it is now the end of the day. It was a successful Tuesday, Tuesday. And as you can see, I did not make it to the end of the day with that floofy thing on. But I'm looking actually right now, not for next week, but I'm looking for something that I need tomorrow for my stations. Hold on, I'm in my scary closet, which actually isn't too scary right now. It's not bad. See, down here is a little bit sketchy, but I can walk in here. So I'm looking for prisms. I should have, okay, there's magnets, motion forces. I'm not sure what's up there. It might be this one. I think it's that one right there. I'm going to see if I can't get that down. So I have located the correct pins now, and I'm going to open these up and see what's in here. This is the big one. Color and light. Okay, these are some good books. I can use these in my teacher station. So I'm doing 4 stations about waves tomorrow. And one of them is teacher-led, and I'm going to do the prism one. So I was trying to find like some prisms and materials that I can use to show how light rays, like light waves bend, and talk about the electromagnetic spectrum a little bit, and reflection and refraction. So, yeah, looking in here for possible supplies. Let's see, got some color, like plastic that I can put over things. There's some batteries, but I'd have to check and see if they are working or not. Bottle dropper. These are like little wells of thing. I think they use them for like colored water, maybe. I'm gonna look around in my bookcase and see if any of the teacher's guides that I have the instructions for this kit. See if I can figure out what kind of experiments they were doing, and then I'm gonna go home because I need to make some dinner and do something for me tonight. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022, and I am like still wet this morning. You can tell I got here kind of late, but you know, sometimes we have these days. Everything is ready to go in my room though, because yesterday I stayed late. Joe had a doctor appointment, so he left early, so I had some time before I got back from the beach to just work on my sub plans for next week when we're going to be out, and I got a lot of those done. And I got my stuff set up for my teacher station today. So I'm feeling pretty good about being ready for today, but today I am doing this. So, you know, pray for me, y'all. I'll talk to you guys later because I have to pick my kids up in just a few. So it is now after school. I'm kind of in a bad mood because, to be honest with you, today was not a very good day. We have a situation right now where we don't have enough subs right now, and as a result we had to take on some extra students into our classroom. And also another change that happened as a result of that was that students that are used to having a 45-minute split class, so 2 different sections or 2 different rooms that they're in, they ended up staying in the same room for 90 minutes. So I had extra kids in my class all day. I had bad behaviors when my kids were, like one of them got in trouble, had to have a silent lunch. So, you know, they were in there during lunchtime. I don't usually have students at that time because I have planning that backs up to lunchtime. So I just felt like I had like a lot going on. And then my 8th graders were crazy after having been in the same class for 90 minutes. When they came to me, I could not hardly get them to stop talking and listen to me for a few minutes. So I'm in a bad mood. Tomorrow it's going to be worse because there's another teacher that can't be here all day. She had to leave today unexpectedly, and so we're gonna have to absorb her students, and we're gonna have to do what we did today. So I'm like not looking forward to tomorrow. And yeah, I have more things that I need to do in my classroom, and I'm just leaving. I have to go home and get ready for a workout. I wanted to start getting ready for my sub for next week. I have made some lists of things that I need to do, but I haven't started actually like printing out anything or doing any of that stuff because I was just so busy today. The one thing I did get done was I got my tests graded from 6th grade, and I got all of those scores entered. I had a few that were just hanging out there that I hadn't done yet. So that's done. but I just feel like every time I tried to get something done today, there was something weird going on and I kept getting stopped, and I am over like trying to talk over kids. I'm like over telling people what I want, over procedure, like retraining. I'm like over it. I'm just over it. So yeah, grr. However, my reproduction lesson that I had to do today with 7th grade went really well. The kids like engaged in a mature way and asked some really good questions. So I enjoyed that part of the day, but it was like it went downhill from there. So after 2nd block, the rest of the day just kind of went downhill. So yeah, I'm not feeling it right now. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go do a workout, and hopefully after my workout, I will be in a better mood. Cause yeah, I'm not happy right now, but you know, I haven't had a day like that in a while. So, you know, there are days like that. I think the thing that's bothering me the most right now is knowing that I have to do this again tomorrow. Like, I don't want to do this day over again tomorrow. I really don't. So, I don't know. Tomorrow, I'm just gonna be like, the first person that starts up, I'm gonna sit them in the hallway. And the second person is going to go to the office. And that's how I'm gonna run my day tomorrow, because I can't do it. I just can't. I can't do what I did today 2 days in a row. So, anyway, enough venting. I need to get going, go home and change, and get on the road because my workout is an hour away. So I will talk to you later. Good morning. Today is Thursday, February 24th, 2022, and I came in this morning to a disaster in my classroom because my 8th graders yesterday were so crazy, and then we had something weird going on at the end of the day, and there wasn't really time for me to insist that they clean up, so I had to clean up all of their stuff that was all over all of the tables. And then I went to the board to put up my work for today, and someone had written fat butt on the board. Yesterday during my lesson, when I was showing the kids how to do something, I had the feeling that some of the kids were like talking about my rear end. Just had that feeling. You know how you sometimes know what your kids are doing even though you can't really hear what they're saying? And I heard someone say like wide load or something like that. And, you know, the fact that I have a big butt is like not lost on me, you know? However, it's very inappropriate for a student to be commenting on that. And not only that, but it's not like I was wearing like tight pants that with no shirt over. I had like fitted pants on yesterday, but I had a long t-shirt underneath my flannel that pretty well covered my butt. So I mean, whatever. Needless to say, I'm not starting off the day in a good mood right now. I know who was involved in the talking, but I don't exactly know who was starting things. So I'm trying to decide how to handle it, and if I just want to write all of the people up that I know that were halfway involved and let the administrators figure it out. I might go have a talk with my administrator when I have a free moment and see how they want to handle it, because I can't allow that to continue to go on. It's very disrespectful. And, you know, it's hurtful because y'all know the struggle that I'm going through to try to get down to the size that I need to be for my knee surgery. So it's like just another reminder to me of the fact that this is difficult. And the kids don't know that. Like, you know, they're just being dumb teenage boys. But it's hurtful. Like, these are kids that I've taught for 3 years, and it's like, you think that's funny, and they might think that it's not a negative, but if they're thinking that way, it's definitely inappropriate. They shouldn't be talking or looking at a teacher in that mindset. I try to dress modestly in my class so that I don't have that problem, because I learned, you know, when I started middle school, that you have to be very careful. Like, you can't have even loose pants on, that if you bend over that they're going to move and shift and maybe something might show that you don't want to show or whatever. Even undergarments, you know. So it's not anything that I'm doing to encourage that. It's just disgusting teenage hormone behavior. So anyway, not in a good mood. I'm not looking forward to today, and don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but this is a survival day for me. So I'm going to have a banana and maybe some nuts, because I brought these for a snack and they will probably put me in a decent mood. Something is leaking in my bag. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's my food. Yeah. Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. No, it can't stay this way. I've got to get out of this funk. So I'm going to try to eat something and hopefully get in a better mood before I have to pick my kids up in a few minutes. Yeah. So I'll check in with you at planning time today. In addition to doing my regular thing that I need to do for my class, I need to check and see if I can find another plane ticket for my daughter's boyfriend, because when we're going out to her school for parent days in April, and he just told us that he wanted to go, but we've already purchased our plane tickets and the flights were kind of full. So I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to try to find another ticket for him on our flight. I don't know if it's going to be possible. I might have to call the airline. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just try to focus on the students that are behaving today, and I'm going to remove bounce kids out of my room that are not, because yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to go talk to my admin right now about this. So yeah, happy times. I will talk to you later. So, it has been a day. It's the end of the day. Did not manage to find a free second during planning today. I was either talking to students about the issue from this morning, or I was trying to get a hold of the airline, which I still haven't gotten a hold of the airline. I got this message that said that due to the number of customers, they're only taking calls from customers with tickets in the next 14 days. Well, my flight is not for like a month, so it's too far out. So I went online and I looked and noticed that our flight that we're taking out is full. So we're not going to be putting the daughter's boyfriend on the same flight, but we're trying to decide if we can find him a compatible flight that will be leaving from the same airport at a similar time, that we could just meet up at the airport when we get out there. So that's what I'm working on. Have not solved that problem yet. But the good news is that I did discover that the comment on the board was not about me. So I'm very pleased to find out that my students did not do that. I'm not happy about what did happen, but it's an issue between, like, student to student. Some students were arguing. So the stuff that was going on behind me was just students messing around with each other. And they weren't talking about me at all. So them trying to cover it up was not because they were talking about me, but it was actually just because they didn't want to get in trouble for what they were doing. So as I investigated today, I literally found out that I had some extra kids in here. Of course, when you have 8th graders and 6th graders in the same room, you're going to have some issues potentially. And the 8th graders were trying to like strut their stuff and show who was boss. The 6th graders were trying to, you know, defend themselves, and it got into a situation where 2 students who both of them can be students who get in trouble in the classroom for different reasons kind of got into it with each other and were like insulting each other. And so the 8th grader was trying to put the 6th grader in his place, and you know, the rude comment was towards the 6th grader. So not happy about that, and that's something that we can deal with, but I am very relieved to find out that my students that I've been trying to build relationships with over the last 3 years would not say something cruel and hurtful like that to me. So I'm feeling better. You know, it's just like you put so much of your time and energy into letting kids know how you feel about them, and you know, you listen to them and you're kind to them even when they're not having great days, and you're patient with them, and you spend all this time getting ready like lessons that you think that will be interesting to them. And then to have a student like say something like that towards you or about you is just really disheartening. So it really put me in a funk this morning, but once I figured out that it wasn't about me, like it totally lifted my mood. So I was okay for at least half of the day, because I found that out like fairly early on in the day. And then I verified everything at the end of the day, kind of what was going on, and I got more information as the day went on. So this has been a week. Like I'm just kind of like feeling like it's already Friday. You know, but I feel like today went better than yesterday. Still, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with my 4th block, and I think I'm not going to do too much until there's a student who's moving, and I'm going to kind of wait until that settles out, and then I'm going to readdress behavior norms and expectations. That's not a class of like misbehaved kids. It's a class of kids that are tired at the end of the day, and they have no volume control, and they have no like self-control when it comes to stopping their little conversations when I'm trying to teach. So what's happening is my explanation of things is getting lost in their conversations that are super loud and at the wrong times. Like I don't even mind if my students are having conversations in my class, as long as they are paying attention to the topic enough of the time that by the end of the class, they've learned what they need to learn. Like I'm pretty easygoing. So I think I just need to rein them back in. And like I said, it will be easier to do once the class settles down a little from losing a class member. Then I can come back and be like, okay, we're getting off task. I'm going to think between now and then about some sort of a competition that I can do among like groups of students, because I feel like that will motivate them. This is a very competitive group of kids. I noticed that when I did my hallway moths activity with them, that they were like super competitive about where they were putting their moths to try to make sure they won, and they were all very excited about it. So if I can find a way to leverage competition as a factor to help them succeed in class, then that's what I'm going to do. So working on that. Also, I'm getting ready to do a class store, which the students who have been good and earned my tokens for my class, my money for my classroom, they're going to be able to purchase things, and then maybe they'll be more motivated to try to earn some of those. So I might use my token economy as a springboard for getting my students to do what I want them to. That's what it's there for, and I use it a lot at the beginning of the year, but then we get to this point of the year and it's like I just sort of have gotten out of the swing of it, and I need to get back into it. So anyway, that's my week. I think I'm going to end the vlog here, because tomorrow I just really need to focus on getting ready for next week. I want to kind of give my students work that they can do independently and just help them as needed. And I just really want to focus in on starting to create my folders for my sub-plans. And I'm going to be very, very busy doing that. So I'm going to work on uploading this vlog tonight, and then I will talk to you again on Sunday. Everybody, thanks for listening. I hope you have had a great week. And as always, don't forget to work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. Have a good night.